Now, lesson 2. Revision from the lesson 2, that is friction. What is frictional force? What is frictional force? Frictional force is the resistance to the movement of a body over the surface of another body. Or this is definition from the lesson 1. Or we have another definition in lesson 2. You can write any definition. From lesson 2 we have the force which opposes the relative motion of two surfaces of bodies in contact is called frictional force. And in this friction actually in friction forces are of four types. What are that four? Static friction, sliding friction, rolling friction, and the last one is fluid friction, that we can call it as drag. So, what is static friction? Actually, when an object, suppose a huge object is there, you want to try to move that object. A huge rock is there, big one. So, you want to try to move from one place to the other. So, you're applying force. But by applying force, there is no change in the object. Here, in that condition, the object has static friction. When an object is at rest, it has static friction. But after applying gradually, keep on applying force on the object, finally the object moves. Means initially the object is at rest, means it has static friction. But gradually increasing the force, there is a change in the object. Means the object is moving. At that condition, that on that object means moving means it has sliding friction. From this example, this static friction has a limit. After that, it changes into sliding friction. And learn what are the definitions of static friction and sliding friction. What is sliding friction? Sliding friction is the friction which comes into play when the surface of one object moves relative to the surface of another object. This is sliding friction. When an object moves means sliding friction. With both the objects are at rest, means the object, for example, a block is there on the floor. You are applying a force, but the block is not moving. Means there is a contact between the surface of the earth and the surface of the rock. These two are rest with respect to each other. Such force will call it as frictional force, will call it as static friction. And they may ask, what is static friction? Give examples. What is sliding friction? Give examples like that. Next, this frictional force depends on the area of contact. Area of contact means, for example, sorry, not roughness of a surface. When the surface is very smooth, frictional force is very less. and one more thing, when the surface is rough, friction is more. That's why we can run, we can walk on the ground, but you cannot run on a smooth surface because friction is less, you may skid. Next one, for this we have an activity 3. Okay, this frictional force is depends on the roughness of a roughness. Means when the surface is having smooth or rough. Actually, when you observe our surroundings, any object, if you observe in our surroundings, some objects looks very smooth and some objects looks rough. Actually, by touching, we can say that it is smooth and rough. But actually, no object in the world is not smooth. When you observe through the microscopes and all, we can find out so many irregularities on that surface. So, due to this irregularities, when you're trying to move on any surface, due to this irregularities, there is an interlocking system developed between the surface of an object and the surface of that uh, surface of that floor, wall, or whatever may be. Due to this interlocking system, that object does not move. Actually, here friction is caused by the irregularities on the two surfaces when there is an in contact. Here, irregularities on the two surfaces, they lock into one another when we attempt to move on any surface. So, to overcome this interlocking, we have to apply a force, more force on those objects. On the smooth surface, interlocking force is very less, so you have to apply less force. But on the rough surface, object does not move. Why? Because the interlocking system is more. Due to that, the object does not move. You have to apply more force to overcome that interlocking. Next one is rolling friction. What is rolling friction? Rolling friction is the friction. What is rolling friction? When one body rolls over the surface of the other body, the friction offered is called rolling friction. What are the examples of this? When you are pulling the suitcase which are having the rollers and ball bearings in the machines. So these are all the examples of rolling friction. Now coming to the fluid friction. Here, water fluids, liquids and gases are known as fluids. Fluids means which are flowing is known as fluids. And it also known as drag. The fluid frictional force is also known as drag. So these are the types of frictional forces, and based on this static friction and the sliding friction, we have one lab activity. What is that lab activity? Understanding the nature of the friction and the concept of static friction. That a trolley experiment we have. So learn that one. So lab activities are important. Next, just now we discussed about the interlocking system. When an object moves on the rough surface, there is an interlocking is more. So to avoid this interlocking, we have to apply some substances. They can reduce the friction. Such objects will call it as lubricants. So these lubricants avoid a great extent by the by applying these lubricants. Okay, this lubricant oil, it is very famous. They're using in the that is engine oil in the cars, vehicles. They're using this to avoid the sounds and all. For the smooth running of the vehicle, they're using this engine oil. So that is one of the lubricant. Suppose if you want to open the door or closing, sometimes while opening the door you may get some sound. So to avoid that, you can apply oil or something, then the door moves smoothly. So such objects will call it as lubricants. Now this frictional force is directly proportional to area of contact. How can you say? We have one activity. You take we have that brick activity. Take a brick and take a string and tie around that brick, and take one spring balance, pull it, and you have to pull that spring balance. And while you're pulling, slowly you observe that spring balance shows the force, at what force that brick is moving. You note down. First you take the brick horizontally and note down, and at the same time place that brick vertically and apply the same thing, do the same, and find out the force. In these two cases, when the brick is horizontal and when the brick is vertical, you will get the same force. Means here the frictional force, it does not depends on the area of contact. Next, frictional force is depends on normal force, means inversely proportional. Inversely proportional means what? When the normal force is increases, the frictional force, it does not depends on the area of contact, but it depends on the normal force. Same activity, brick activity, you take one brick and place it horizontally and pull it, at what force that brick is moving you find out. And next time you take one more brick and place it on the on that first brick, and again try to pull that brick by using the spring balance and find out the force. In that case, when there is one brick, the force is less. When you are taking two bricks and the force applied on that brick is more, means from this activity, when this frictional force, it depends on the normal force, it depends on the normal force. So these are the main points which are related to the lesson friction. Next, what are the advantages and disadvantages of frictional force? So each and every activity we can do because of this frictional force only. So by we are walking, you can write with the pen, you can dance, you can jump, you can lift the bottle, you can hold the things, whatever the activities we can do due to this frictional force only. And what are the disadvantages? Here, friction produces heat. Due to this heat, in the machinery parts, there is a wear and tear we can see in the machinery parts. Due to this, it is the damage for the machinery parts, and this is the disadvantages. To avoid this, we can use lubricants or the ball bearings. What are ball bearings? Actually, ball bearings are used to reduce the friction between the rotating shafts of machine tools. That we'll call it as ball bearings. Last point from this frictional force: fluid friction depends on three factors. What are that? Nature of the fluid. So frictional force depends on the nature of the fluid and shape of the object. See, the aquatic animals are living in water. The fish is having the front one is narrow shape, and the boat is having narrow shape. Why? Because to overcome this fluid frictions, the shapes are given like that. Suppose if it is a spear shape or a triangle shape, it would be difficult for them to move in that liquids. And even the flights also designed by seeing the nature of these birds to overcome the here air has a frictional force, it comes under the fluid friction. So this fluid friction depends on the shape of the object. Next, nature of the fluid. Suppose if an object is nature of the fluid means if an object is moving in air and in the liquid water you observe, in air the object moves very fast, but in the liquid it moves slowly. Why? Because it depends on the nature. Next, that it is one more thing is its speed with respect to the fluid. So these are the three factors that depends on the fluid friction. So I completed revision from lesson 2 also. All the best students, prepare well and write the exam. Thank you.